Hey, okay everybody, back again today. Super excited to talk about a new product that we just released, the Think Smart 500, Hub 500. So this is a very different type of product for Lenovo, but we think really going to be a game changer for small to medium conference rooms. So it's a dedicated Skype hub. There's a lot of people trying to get into this space. I think Crestron has one, maybe Logitech, and you could look it up on your own. But generally what they use is a Surface Pro as the screen and just kind of bolt it into their solution. What we use is actually our own Lenovo dedicated screen and computer built into it for our own product. It's globally available, not affected by the limitations of using a Microsoft Surface device, but it is fully sponsored and sanctioned by Microsoft. We're excited to be on stage with Microsoft when we launch this product jointly with them. So, also interesting today, this is not the ship packaging. This is a pre-release version. It is generally available. We call it GA Untitled Lenovo, but GA product now. But this is a pre-release version. Should work the same or better when you get the actual one. So we're going to pop this open. This won't be the same packaging that you'd get when you buy it. But let's go ahead and take a look. It's going to be a bit of an in-depth view of it today because I really want to show you not only the product, but actually how it's going to be used in a conference room environment. So not quite as important today to look at the actual packaging because this is the, we call it SVT or System Verified Test product, not quite final, which we call GA. So this is our SVT unit. Comes with a standard AC adapter. If you've watched my other videos, you're going to get pretty familiar with this Lenovo adapter. We use it on just about everything. But then here's the Hub 500 itself. So let's take a look. So you can see it's all in one device. So this is an actual i5 processing PC on the bottom with the screen on top for your conference room. So the general idea is you'd have a small conference room either on your desk, which is how I've been using it myself, but I think the idea is like maybe 2 to 20, even 20 might be kind of big, so maybe a medium-sized conference room, maybe 2 to 10 people. And we'll have this sitting full-time in the middle of conference rooms. Most of you are probably familiar with products today where they just sit in a speakerphone in the middle of the conference room. So this would replace that as your speakerphone, and this would be your device that would sit in the middle of the conference room table like this. But this is a dedicated device. It's going to have some cool features to it. One thing that's going to be very important is cable management. Since it is going to be sitting in your conference room, you want it to look great. So built into it on one side here is this little door. So we're going to run all the cords into the door, and then we're going to tuck them away down into you'd have it in the middle of your conference room table. So let's go ahead and get started. So first we'll plug in the power and get this thing booted. So the power is right here. Let's plug that in. This is going to all run through the cable management. Nice little system here, so we'll put that through there. Plug this in. So it's going to go ahead and start booting now. There's really, because it is a dedicated device, you don't want any complexity when it powers off or recycles or power goes down or whatever for the room. So it's going to boot up and it's going right into the dedicated Microsoft operating system. I think it uses standard Windows environment, but it's all locked out, and unless you have administrator password, you're never going to see the Windows update. I did for my setup here have to go into Windows just to put in the Wi-Fi password, but once it's set up and your IT team has it done in the conference room, there'd be nothing else set up. So here we go, it's booted. This is what you're going to see all the time, so it's going to sit in the center of the conference room. So let's see what happens from here. So the next thing you're going to want to do, let's go ahead and replace this. We're going to, for our sake of the demo, act like this is your screen that's up on the wall around the conference room. So let's go ahead and plug this in. Standard HDMI. In the back of the device here, there's several ports. There's one in, which is interesting. So this is going to be out. So this is a video out. So there's two video outs, I guess, if you had a lot of conference rooms have two different videos. So we'll just have one. So we're going to put this in video out number 1. Plug that in, and it should bring the screen up here. Let's see what happens. So it should pop up over here. Okay, yeah. So this is what it would look like in the conference room. It's got really good sensing technology. I've noticed when I use it, you walk in and walk in front of it, everything just lights up. When there's no movement in the room for a while, it all kind of shuts down and goes into power safe mode. So Skype is now set up, running on this Skype Hub. And let's create a few scenarios here. So the first one would be you walk into the conference room, you want to start a meeting. So let's start a new meeting, and let's find somebody. So let's find Thomas Vanderkin. That's a good-looking guy that I know. Let's see, so this is checking the Lenovo directory by default. So it's going to dial out. Sees Thomas Vanderkin. Let's add him to a meeting. We'll hit invite. So this is imagining you're walking into a conference room and you're like, hey, let's just let's start a new conference. Let's start a new meeting. Thomas. So here the test account is. I'll say add video. Gotta put this on mute. There we go. So it added Thomas to the meeting. Here I am. So this is if Thomas was in a different. In his office, you could walk into the conference room, dial Thomas, and you'd start a meeting with him sitting in the conference room. So that's one scenario. I think that's pretty easy, as you can see how that works. So let's imagine another scenario. We'll hang up on this guy. So let's hang up. Goodbye, Thomas. Okay, thank you. So how about in this scenario, we walk into the conference room and we're trying to start a new meeting. And we want to add the conference room to the meeting. So I'm presenting from my laptop, but I want people on the conference. So I could, on my laptop, the name of the conference room is on the projector, on this dial pad here. So all I have to do is walk in the conference room, type into Skype the name of the meeting room I'm in. So yours might be, meeting room 24, whatever it would be. This one actually has a name on here. So let me dial into this meeting. So I just walked in the conference room. I want to add this meeting to my conference room. So let's dial that. Video. So you can see now all I have to do is click accept on the Skype Hub. And there I am again. So I added the conference room to my meeting. And I can do that either from my home office and I want to dial into the conference room because, hey, can you add test room 24, conference room 24 to your meeting, and then you just automatically add them, which is a pretty simple thing to do. So the last thing we were going to demo was, let's say you're walking into the room, Skype conference room, and you want to project, obviously it's on your laptop, so you can show everybody else what's going on. So quick, there's just a port here in the back. IT administrators only have to know this, but we plugged in here, which is the input. That'll go down, obviously, into your conference room table, or stick out at the top. We all are familiar with the cable management laying on top of the table. Any type of display out is fine. This one happens to be HDMI, which is fine. So my laptop has HDMI, so if I plug this in, we should, if things are working correctly, should connect to the video and start immediately presenting what's on my screen. Then from here, it's a simple matter of either joining an existing meeting, so we could go to join a meeting, or invite a meeting the same way we were before, or dial this out and so everybody can see. So you can use this just as the conference room or for the projector. Final point I didn't mention is the audio. So very important, this thing has near field audio, which is critical, but then you can also see this ring around the bottom. This is going to change color depending on the status of the meeting. So if we join a meeting, let's see if it, let's call Thomas. See if I show up here. Oh, spell my name right. There I am. So I'll invite Thomas to the meeting. Should show up over here. Yep. See, it shows up coming in. I'll just click accept. So what I was showing now is that the video is on this screen going into infinite loop mode, which is pretty cool. And the color of the ring should change to green because we're now in a meeting. I think we can put this on mute. So it's pretty easy to mute. And then it goes to red when it's on mute. We'll go off mute, back to green so we can see that we're live. So not only are we doing the video, we're doing Skype, we also can see our audio status with a clear indicator around the device. And as you can see, this can spin. For anybody in the room that wants to control Skype at the moment can spin this and point their direction. So I think I got all the main features. Again, I'm Thomas Vanderkin, Lenovo Global Account Manager. This is the Smart Hub 500, their Skype dedicated device. So thanks again for joining. We'll talk to you next time. Have a great day. Bye.